Chapter 40. The City and the Wall. Rebecca messaged me to say there were 3 good reasons why I should play in the inter-schools championship. 1. She wants the school to win. 2. She thinks Leah likes Chris, so they will sit together on the minibus and not talk to her. 3. She doesn't want to sit next to Rich on the minibus. Grandad has been on to me to play too. It was the first thing he said to me when he picked me up from school, and he's still going on about it during tea. But what he doesn't know is that I want to retire. Grandad waves his fork across the dining table at me. Retire? You cannot retire. You're only 11. I know, but what if I get beaten really badly? Everyone will think I'm an idiot. Ah, I see what is happening. You are losing confidence. I know, Grandad, I say. I felt amazing when I got up this morning. I was feeling amazing at film club. But in the afternoon, during maths, the amazing started to wear off. Grandad ruffles my hair. Come on, he says. Remember Bobby Fischer? He didn't give up after 3 games. Now, tell me the moves you made in the match yesterday with this Rich. I force a smile as I slide my notebook across the table. Grandad is listening to me, but he's not understanding me. I thought the amazing feeling would last forever. I don't want someone to pull the plug out and watch it slowly drip away down the drain. This is interesting. He nods. He was using the Rue Lopez. Roy who? Not Roy, Rue. This is the Spanish game. Rue Lopez was a bishop who wrote a book. Let me think. Yes. Grandad's eyes light up. He wrote the book about the liberal invention and art of the game of chess. We could not get it in East Germany, not officially, but we smuggled copies of it in from the West. This boy is only 11 and using this move. No, he's 15, Grandad, I say. And he does read lots of books. I see. Grandad studies the moves. Pawn to e4, pawn to e5, knight to f3, c6, bishop to b... But look, you were playing it too. I don't think so, Grandad. I really don't know what I was doing. Then you were being intuitive. Was I? Yes, like it comes naturally to you. But this game, it is like a game that is used against me when I was a boy, before the wall was built. The huge wall with barbed wire on top that divided the city? Yes, Grandad pauses. You remembered. It sounded horrible, Grandad, I say. How could anyone forget that? Indeed, Grandad says, nodding slowly. Indeed. I want to tell him how huge I imagine the wall must be, but I don't want to interrupt because he's finally talking about the past again. The government of East Germany was friends with the Russians, Grandad continues. So they built the wall to separate Berlin from the rest of Germany and the countries in the West, like France and Great Britain. Who built it, Grandad? The people that ran the secret police, the Stasi? No, it wasn't the Stasi who built it, although they were a part of it. But it was the East German government, and some say it was the Russians that decided too. They gave the order and the wall went up overnight, he says. I know this because I was catching a tram across Berlin from Springbogen to see my sister in Heinz Hoffmannstraße. But the tram stopped in the middle of nowhere. Out of the windows, I could see the army telling the driver to go back, and in the distance, I could see people working in the rain, building a wall and a fence, stretching barbed wire across the top. As they were building, I could see people from the west standing on the other side, not knowing what to do. But I had to get through. My sister was expecting me. I lean forward. Grandad's suddenly talking like he's there right now. I climbed down from the tram. I thought maybe there was a fault and that the wall and barbed wire were protecting a new military building. So I walked along it, waiting for it to end, but it stretched on for kilometres, like electricity pylons disappearing into the distance. There was no way through. Everyone was walking around like me, like we were lost. We were lost. I lean closer. I thought of going back home, but my sister was there, Grandad whispers. If I couldn't get through to her, how would she get through to me? There were too many soldiers, too much wire. But eventually it got dark and cold, and I went home to my parents and told them. Early the next morning, me and my father went back. He explained to the guards that he needed to see my sister, but they wouldn't let him through. People were shouting and screaming. They too had been split from their families, and some never got to see each other again. Grandad's voice trails off. I want to ask him more. Like, did he ever get to see his sister again? But from the tears in his eyes, I think it would upset him even more. I'm sorry I asked, Grandad, I say quietly. I only wanted to know more about when you were younger. I know. Grandad puts his hand on my knee. It's not your fault. Now, come on, he says, trying to be cheery. Let's snap out of this. Let us get back to this tournament. I was thinking that if you do well, we could celebrate by doing another thing on your list, like zip wire. It's okay, Grandad, I say. I'm not really bothered about my list anymore. I only put scuba on there to get out of playing chess. But I enjoyed scuba diving. It was a wonderful challenge. We should do more things in the lead up to the tournament. I haven't actually said I would play, but Grandad has a big smile on his face. I don't want to take it away, but the tournament is only a week off. I'd like to play, Grandad, I say, but I've only got 7 days to prepare. Then there is only one thing for it, says Grandad. What's that? It's obvious, he says, rubbing his hands together. We start practicing right now.